final Tuesday press conference of the year. I want to thank Herb Tyler from Chick-fil-A, Seneca Clemson for providing our lunch all year. Turn it over to Coach.
All right, thanks, Tim. Well, believe it or not, I'm really happy to see y'all today. I mean, I really am, because this means we're in the championship. Otherwise, I would be, on the road, eating a Chico stick and Slim Jim, drinking a Diet Coke, riding in the car with one of the coaches recruiting, going from school to school or home to home, whatever. But man, when you're having a press conference this time of year, that means you've had a heck of a year. And man, it's awesome to be a part of the championship, and appreciate you reminding me of that. I mean, that just is crazy for me to even kind of wrap my mind around my 100th game. And I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. It really is. A lot of people's 100th game, it's not one of those things you can control or predict. And a lot of people's 100th game is against East Aboga Community College, and it just is what it is. But to be in an ACC championship game, to have your 100th game, because that's special regardless. But for it to be such a meaningful game is awesome. And I know Noonan was just in here, I think, but. Really, again, congratulations to our men's soccer team and just the season that they've had. And I just think it's awesome that both football teams are competing for the Final Four this week. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat, and really happy for all the players involved in that. But I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of our staff for just an incredible year. What a great year it's been. Been special in every regard. To finish 12-0 with our regular season is obviously first time it's happened in 34 years, and we're going to try to not wait that long to do it again. I hope that it won't be 34 years before we have an undefeated season around here again. But I also want to congratulate all of our ACC players. I mean, I think we had a record 18 guys, counting Dodd. I think he made honorable mention, which is amazing to me. But 18 guys making all conference, and including every offensive lineman, all of our starting offensive linemen. I just think that is just incredible, and also want to congratulate Coach V being named the finalist for the Bulls Award. Much deserved, and certainly hope that he wins that. And just a great job by our staff. But again, it's a privilege to compete for the title. North Carolina, impressive. I mean, impressive team, really. Just as I've had a chance to really dial into them and look at all phases of the game, this is a complete football team, and that's why they're a champion. They've won 11 straight. And I think this is a great matchup. I really do. Looking at their offense, first of all, they're all back. I mean, I think they lost one player off of last year's team. So everybody's back. They've got good depth. There's really not a weakness when you look at their offense. There really isn't. I mean, they've got a dynamic quarterback that can throw it and run it. They're good up front. They've got speed and skill all over the field with the backs and the tight ends and the receivers. So this is a complete offense, so this is a great matchup. There's no question about it. Got some playmakers, and they scored 35 points on us last year. We had a pretty good group. They hit 3 big plays on us. Number 3 had 2 touchdowns on jailbreak screens. Just fast and ran away from us. They had a big 3rd and 1, about a 75-yard play action pass on us. That number 13 is as fast a guy as we've seen all year. He can fly. So he went up and mossed, McKenzie last year in the end zone. Took one, just went up and took it right over the top of his head. Got great ball skills. So they're an explosive group, and a ton of big plays. And the reason they've had so much success, like us, is they're very balanced. And when you can have that type of balance in your offense with great skill, then you're a problem for people. And so very similar to us in a lot of ways offensively. They were that last year too. The biggest difference for them is defense. I think Coach Chiswick has done an incredible, and he's a finalist for the Bowls Award too, and he should be. He has done an incredible job. He's got an excellent scheme. They've not given up near the big plays that they gave up last year. They've created a ton of turnovers, a ton. They mix up their coverages with a lot of between their 4-man and cover twos, and when they bring their one high pressures, a lot of press. They're confident with the press technique outside. Do a great job involving their safeties in the run game. So just very sound with their scheme, very sound fundamentally in what they're doing over there. So impressive. And then special teams wise, that little number 3 he's dangerous. He can change a game with one touch on punt return. So, and then they got Logan back there on kick returns. Him and 21, I believe. So this is again a complete football team. There's a reason why they've won 11 in a row. They're the coastal champion, and there's a reason why we've won a bunch in a row too. And so I think this is great for the ACC to have a matchup like this in our conference championship game. 2 great champions sell out. Man, just looking forward to going up to Charlotte and being a part of it, competing our butts off for the title. 4 quarters away from being the ACC champion, and that's what we're dialed in on. The other thing I would say is we're going to have a pizza party on Sunday. That's going to happen, and it's this thing kind of took on a life of its own somehow. But it's kind of hard to plan for a pizza party when you don't really know the outcome. You can't just have a pizza party if you win the game. You're not going to really know that till midnight or 1 in the morning. That's a lot of dough. As the season has played out, the important thing I think for everybody, regardless of whether we win or lose the game Saturday night, this team deserves to be celebrated. It really does. And so we're gonna have a pizza party, and Joe Galbert from them boys, they'll all get you they'll get you the details of the time. Obviously, if we win the game, we know we're going to be in the Final Four. And I think that show starts at like noon, and so they'll open the stadium. We're gonna have the DJ. We're gonna have a heck of a time, and we're gonna celebrate this team and celebrate our next destination in the postseason. If we don't win the game, we're still gonna be in one of those New Year's 6 bowls, which is incredible accomplishment. Whether we win the game or lose the game, it's not gonna make me feel any less about or any better about this football team. This team right here is special, and it has been great to be a part of it. And I know we're going to go play, our best 4 quarters of the season Saturday night. Hopefully, that's good enough to win. But regardless of the outcome, man, there's going to be a celebration on Sunday. If we're not in the Final Four, I think the show for the rest of the Big 6 starts at like 3 o'clock. So they'll announce when all that stuff's going to happen. But Papa John's has stepped up big time, and they're all in, and they're really helped us out in being a part of this. So everybody's gonna get some pizza, and sessions are open, and let's have a great time. Like I said, this team, win or lose Saturday, they deserve to be celebrated. They really do, because it has been an amazing season watching these guys play. Can't wait to compete with them one more time. So put that on your calendar. Pizza party. TBA on the time will be announced about 1:30 a.m. Saturday night. We'll look forward to that. Everybody's healthy. Got everybody all hands on deck. We're very fortunate in that regard. So looking forward to it.
In 1981, Clemson played a game they called the Epic Game 10-8. Do you anticipate anything similar?
I don't anticipate 10-8.
First quarter.
I don't. Yeah, maybe first quarter. I would say there'll probably, there'll be some scoring in this game. 10-8, I doubt it. If it's 10-8, then we all miss on that one. I don't know what the projections out there are, but you know, you got top scoring offenses in this league, 1 and 2. So I think, as I said the other day, the real key to this game is which defense plays the best, and then the turnover margin. You know, and that's you give these guys a short field, you give Clemson a short field, you're in for a long day. That's just the way it is. We score in the red zone. Unfortunately, they do too. So whichever defense I think can kind of minimize the big plays and you know, whichever team can win that margin, I think wins this game, because both teams are well coached, both teams are well matched, I think, in a lot of areas, and you know, you got to win your matchups. A lot of competitive plays. It's just going to come down to who's better in those matchups, and then the little things that can impact the game, the little things that are big things, the field position, which comes from the turnover margin, and return game and things like that.
How's Ben Fuller's shoulder, and has that been a hindrance, I guess?
No, I mean he was missed a day or so of practice last week, but he was good for the game. He'll be ready to roll Saturday.
Is there any concern though, just a little bit about the turnovers this year? I mean, I think you guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a huge concern, but we're 12-0. So the good news is we don't have to play perfect to win. I think that's a positive. Yeah, I mean, it stinks. I don't like losing the turnover margin because typically, if you have at least 2 more big plays than the opponent and you win the turnover margin, you win 98% of the time. And if you look across the country, teams that have lost the turnover margin by -2 or more, they only win 16% of the time. But yet we're undefeated, and it's happened to us 6 times. I don't recommend that. In fact, I told our staff, and I told our team. I don't know how. I got a lot of young coaches, and the comment I made is never, ever, ever again in the history of my coaching career, or any of these guys on my staff's coaching career, will we ever go 12-0 again, losing the turnover margin 6 times. That's never going to happen again. I mean, we need to track that because that is just unheard of. But the positive in that is we don't have to play perfect. We don't have to play perfect to win. So, you know, hey, I mean, we're not. And then you look at, okay, well, how have some of them happened? Well, we got guys just fighting for that extra inch. You know what? I can live with that. I can live with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that extra want to, that extra fight. That's why we're 12-0. That mentality that our team has. You know, they're poised. They don't flinch. We overcome adversity. We faced about everything you can face, and they keep playing. But when we win the turnover margin, we're going to blow somebody out because, you know, that's just the way. And if you look throughout our season this year, the games that we've won the turnover margin, we've done pretty good. I think how many we have down there at Miami? We plus what? Plus about 4?
I know we're +7 against Florida State, Notre Dame, and Miami.
There you go. There you go. And, you know, and the one was in a hurricane. And so that's amazing. So we just got, you know, I mean, those things come in cycles. I think last year in the bowl game, we've actually created more turnovers this year after 12 games than we did last year after 12 games. You know, we've got about three more turnovers this year than we had last year at this time, but we've got about 4 more on offense. Well, actually, I think we got 3 more because 2 of them are on special teams. So, you know, that's just part of it. But last year at this time, we were -1 in the margin, and then we go play Oklahoma and we're +5. And that's why we won 40-6, because they were -5. You know, and when you've got good teams, really good, evenly matched teams, and you're giving them the ball, you're in for a long day. And that happened to us against Florida State here a few years ago. You know, we're pretty evenly matched teams, regardless of what people might think out there. But you can't turn the ball over like that against teams like that. You're dead in the water. So I think it's critical. But yeah, I mean, it's just you just go play. I mean, I don't want our guys playing loose and tight.